Okay, here we are for round 4, the finals of FNM. Me on the left and Wayne on the right. Thanks for all tuning in, guys and girls. I'm on red-white approach, and Wayne is on mono-white approach with a twist. He's playing the main deck Authority of the Consoles there because he's worried about creature decks, which is fine. So you'll see he played a Glacial Fortress here, and it comes up in the game. Oh god, I'm gonna get so much stick over this. And I didn't know because I hadn't, he just showed up and he was like, I'm playing, I'm playing approach, and I thought it was all white. Now this is unfortunate for Wayne because I'm gonna play a Gideon that makes the emblem. You can't lose the game if you have a Gideon Planeswalker in play. So if he plays 2 approaches, he does not win. But I knew I could play the Gideon there unobstructed from counter magic, which I presumed he was playing because I see the Glacial Fortress and I'm like, if you're playing mono white, why would you have that in your deck at all? But he reckons that it's gonna come into play a lot of the time, untapped, majority of the time, because you're gonna have a planes in play. Like, a lot of the cards in the deck are planes. So, and if you play it on turn 1, you've probably got not many turn 1 plays apart from Authority of the Consoles anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. And I can't quite see my hand. I think I have a Sweltering Suns, a Gideon. Also, you saw I attacked with the Gideon there because he only had 3 lands, and there's nothing that can punish me. Now that he has 4 lands, there's Settler Wreckage, and I knew he was playing that, so I'm pretty sure I don't attack here. And here, oh, you see the way I hover the card? That's asking me, treasure map? Does it resolve? And I could have played a Chandra there, which is a way better play, right? But I see the Glacial Fortress, and I think maybe he's got counter magic. Maybe he's got the Supreme Will, which can find your approach. It can counter things as well. Maybe his main deck negates. I'm not sure. Pretty funny. You see Wayne lean in there. He was very disappointed that I didn't attack with my Gideon, and it was a big tell that he had Settle the Wreckage in hand. Which you can see right there, it is in hand. So I was pretty happy with myself playing around that. But, looking back on it now, if I had known he wasn't playing counter magic, I would have slammed that Chandra and been in a much better position. But he just didn't have it. And he said that was one of the reasons he put it in there, just to throw people off. And it really threw me off. So I'm just going to plus my Gideon again because I'm worried about Settler Wreckage and I don't want him winning the game out of nowhere. I might main phase cycle this. I think, or maybe I'll just play the Chandra because I'm like, if he has it, he has it. I got to do something. Yeah, I'm just asking. And he kept saying yes, and I was just like, what is going on here? He doesn't have it. So it looks like that's a land on top. I plus the Chandra for 2 mana. So that was actually a scry, not the exile part of Chandra's ability. So Wayne's idea for this deck is, a lot of creature hate, so 4 Authority of the Consoles main, a lot of exile for the Scarab God, your Planeswalkers, Hazarets, as you can see, those Desert Souls. They're kind of useless here, but if he had the other cards in his deck, Cast Out and the card I'm playing, which I should know, Ixalan's Binding, would get rid of my Planeswalkers quite handily, and then Sanguine Sacrament to gain life. So looks he's holding on to that because I'm not pressuring his life total here. And this is a pretty funny play here. Oh god, I'm just, for some reason I'm just focused on the Glacial Fortress there. I really think he has counter magic, so I'm like really happy that I baited him here into, because like I knew he had it, or I was very strong indication that he had it, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll tackle my Gideon because I have a spare Gideon in hand, and now the shields are down for me to play approach using Chandra's plus ability, and I was really happy with myself. But to find out afterwards that he doesn't have any counter magic in his deck, I felt like a total fool because I could have just kept my Gideon in play and played approach, no worry. He has no counter magic, and he's just like, that's the next level. But also it does make a pretty funny story. But you can't see my face there, but I was like, yes, I baited him into using that. Like, he probably had counter magic there. Or like he might have drawn it, because I knew he didn't have, like, you obviously counter Chandra when you can. So he's probably getting worried about the ultimate there, because the ultimate is makes quick work of your life total. Every time you cast a spell, you deal 5 damage to target creature or player. And I think he's asking, can I win the game via approach, via her, as in if you plus and exile it, but you actually can't because it's got to be cast from your hand. So that confusion was wrapped up, because you can't. I thought you could, but you can't. Oh yeah, so the dice are... Oh yeah, he's asking me, and we knew it was exactly 7 cards down, so I just checked. And you actually can't. I wonder if I remember this game I played around Counter Magic. It'd be funny to see if I played around Counter Magic in game 2. And there's also another funny moment that comes up with Field of Ruin later on, because I assumed he had islands in the deck, right? So I would like sacrifice Field of Ruin. I'm like, well, there's no point in getting his Glacial Fortress because he'll tutor up an island. But he doesn't have any islands in the deck. But I just assumed he did, and he actually has a use for the Desert of the True apart from the cycling, so I kept targeting the Desert of the True. Plus the Chandra. I probably have the deck on the other side so you guys can see where the approach is. Just gonna play the Gideon here. Yeah, I'm still asking, and he's still saying yes, because, and now I'm never going to attack with that because, you know, it could be got. Yeah, I'm just gonna. So I should have cycled first because I could have scryed one to the bottom and then chose what I draw. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but yeah, that comes in tapped, which is a big difference here. Well, not really, because I have a Gideon in play and he can't win the game. But it could potentially have made a difference if he goes end step cast out into approach into approach. But then that wouldn't have made a difference because I would have cast out his approach, but I mightn't have had cast out in my hand. So he's going to gain some mana life here. I think I get this wrong. So it's twice X life, and I think it was X equals 3. So yeah, maybe 6 was right there. He has the 2 approach. Oh no, that was a basic land. That really looked like approach. Counting up the land, as I often like to do. Plays the approach. Seems like a good play. So I'm really excited here because I think the dice on the top of my deck is pretty low, so I saw it cast out. I think it's down to a 3 or a 2 now. I tap to draw a card end step. And Wayne sees the writing on the wall here, but he doesn't like to scoop. He's gonna make me do it basically. So there's a 1 on top of the deck right now, and I basically said, look, I'm gonna draw the approach, and then he's gonna go, yeah, just show me just in case, which is perfectly reasonable. And then he's asking if I have enough lands, so I count the lands. I think I have like 9 or 10 lands with the treasure involved. So that was pretty sweet. Yeah, Gideon in the approach mirror is pretty powerful, unless you can Excellence Binding him or cast out. A little bit of sideboarding here. Wayne drew that playmap, by the way. Great art on that. It's that anime. I've never watched it, but I know Naruto, I think it is. And then that's Tree of Perdition on the background. So I took out my board wipes, but I kept in my abrades because I just didn't have enough cards to take out. And he plays Wall of Forgotten Omens, I think, or Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs, and I think I abraded here, which is pretty funny. Oh no, I play Treasure Map because I'm stuck on lands, I think, which is pretty bad in the approach mirror. You want to hit all your land drops. Okay, he's going to ping me for 1. And I would love to play a Gideon here, but my mana is not cooperating with me. I have 1 colorless, 1 red source, and 1 white source. Oh, excuse me. Here is a decision that I disagree with. He Ixalan's finding the treasure map. And, you know, one of the ways that your deck is going to win the game is via approach. I mean, that's the only way you can win, really. And he even plays the full playset of approach in the deck. And one of the cards you're most worried about is Gideon. So I might have saved my... I tried to play that there, but I knew I couldn't. Or like I instantly realized that I couldn't. And my mana's just really not cooperating with me. Which is actually a decent reason to target treasure map. But only maybe if you had a backup Ixalan's Binding. So I might have saved it for Gideon or Chandra, because those are both way more powerful than treasure map. Although treasure map is good. And maybe he sensed I was weak on mana, which I was. So I think I should destroy his Desert of the True. I mean, one of them doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to braid his thing and hope to top deck a land instead. It did work out, but it was a Field of Ruin again, so it doesn't make much of a difference. I think I passed the turn. I'm going to destroy his Desert of the True end step. And I probably should get a Plains, because I can see him counting up lands here, so that means, like, to me it means he has approach in hand. This is funny because I look at the Glacial Fortress, and again I really think he has an island in hand, but no, I picked that because it actually makes a difference for his Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs. Yeah, so getting a Plains here I think is the correct play, and this is all during his end step. And I can always top deck a Mountain if I wanted to play Chandra anyway, or Inspiring Vantage or a Stone Quarry. Not that that would allow me to play her instantly, but you know, next turn. Wayne's land game. They're all full art, which I like. They're not matching, which I don't like. But I don't know. We're getting a nice spread of the lands. I think I have full art mountains in my deck, which I really like. And I actually have the Ixalan Plains. I actually don't know the artist. It's very hard for me to pronounce. But I really like the artwork. You can't really see because of the glare. But it's just this really nice Plains. I don't know. I mean, they're not full art, which I usually prefer full art, but I really like these Plains. And I play a Gideon, and I didn't even ask if it resolved there, I think. And I just straight away make the emblem. Because, you know. There's approach number 1. Yeah, I'm just really struggling on mana here. But, you know, if he top decks approach, I'm not even worried. I'm actually more worried about Ixalan's Binding and cast out. But the good news is I think I still have a Field of Ruin on the board, so I can shuffle his deck at will. Because he has to shuffle. My hand is not working out for me here. I could play an Inspiring Cleric. And I think I do. He gains 1 life, comes in tapped. And I'm going to attack with... oh, I gain 4 life as well. Forgot about that. That's just a creature from the sideboard. It's usually versus red, but it's a threat versus Wayne. I think Wayne's going to take out some of his removal. Or, you know, a control deck's going to take out some of their removal. So now I'm just going to kind of try and beat him down before he can get rid of my Gideon and maybe stabilize. And by stabilize, I mean win. If he gets rid of my Gideon, he probably wins. But he has another interesting card here. And that card is Gideon's Intervention. So it prevents me from... He names a card and it prevents me from playing that card. And of course he's going to name Approach of the Second Sun, so it's going to take away one of my win cons. Lucky for me he didn't name Chandra, because then I wouldn't have been able to play my Chandra. Not that I can anyway, I need a red source. Oh, I was checking if it said players can't play it, and I was just laughing away. Like if it said players, it would be the worst sideboard card ever. But obviously it doesn't. Well, it doesn't say players. Not obviously. It just doesn't say players. Oh, another Gideon. Not what I need. So I probably should just destroy his non-basic and tutor up a red source and just attack for 8 here. Or I could Ixalan's Binding the Ixalan's Binding. But I actually don't like that. Even though I get the treasure map back, I'd just rather play a Chandra next turn. And also, if he somehow cast outs my Gideon, I want to Ixalan's Binding that. Or if he Ixalan's Binding my Gideon, I really want Ixalan's Binding that because I can't even play a spare Gideon then. I think I'm just going to do this main phase. No, I'm going to wait till his turn, I think. I might as well hold up, you know, an Abrade or something like that. There's a Fumigate from Wayne. It's not really going to do much here. Well, I mean, it is. He's going to gain him a life and get rid of a 4 damage clock, so yeah, you might as well use it. Yeah, I was going to go for the Glacial Fortress. I'm like, he must have an island in his deck. There's no point. But then even right now, he doesn't tutor up an island, so maybe I should have been a little bit suspicious. And I'd seen no islands in his deck at all. Yeah, I might have played the Fumigate if I was Wayne there. Because you're on 8, and that's a 2-turn clock. And like, if you use the Fumigate, then it becomes a 5-turn clock, so that's a pretty big swing. Cooking with full gasoline here. Play the Chandra, plus you go to 6. There's Approach, and he leans in, and I think he gave some reaction here, and I think I started laughing. And I patted the Gideon emblem because he needs to have a combination of cast out plus Approach, and I'm in a basically almost unlosable situation because he needs to have like in-step cast out plus Approach. So it's, I think this is a turn too late, but I mean, at least he didn't compound on the air by not playing it. So I like that play there. Yeah, he needs and especially since he played that, now I'm super safe because I'm like, that is Approach in your hand. So even if you main phase draw cast out or Ixalan's Binding, it doesn't make a difference. Also, I miss lethal on board here. As my friend Connor Rook was kind enough to point out after the game. Because what I should do here is I should plus the Chandra to deal 2 damage to him. He goes to 5. I should 0 the Gideon. He goes to 3. And then I I should plus the Chandra now. He goes to 1. Then I play my second Chandra plus that, and he goes to -1. But instead, I don't do that. And the reason for me not doing that was because my Chandra's on high loyalty, and I didn't see it. And then I was just thinking, oh, well, he's just dead next turn anyway, no matter what he draws. But I forgot that he could play Approach and just gain 7 life here. And buy himself an extra turn. Not that it's pretty rare when you see the old second Approach cast and you don't win the game. But here it is. And again, I'm going to miss lethal again here. Because I should do the exact same thing. I should 0 the Gideon, plus the Chandra, play the other Chandra, plus the Chandra. So that's 2 turns I missed lethal. But now I think I get it into my head that I just want to play Approach, which I really shouldn't be giving him these outs. So I'm going to play Ixalan's Binding on that. So this is risky by me because let's say his next draw is Ixalan's Binding. Well, actually, no, it's not risky by me because he'll be dead next turn if his draw is Ixalan's Binding, no matter what. Because he would have to play it on one of my Planeswalkers, and then he would just lose. Because the other Planeswalker would finish him off here. But I think he had something here that keeps him alive. He just keeps hanging on by a thread here. Counting his lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's going to read Chandra's Ultimate. You're not going to have a good time there, Wayne. But yeah, I'm almost certain that I win next turn. So let me know what you guys think of the background. Let me know if it's trash or not. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and get some sick artwork there. I definitely like the playmats though. My head's in the way. The Nissa playmat, the Madrid playmat of the Gearport Earlier, and I like some of the other stuff as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, but you know, let me know. Oh, it was gain 4 life, draw a card. So I must have the life totals wrong. I think he was on 7 here. I miss lethal for the 3rd time, even if he is on 7, because I should just play the second Chandra. 3 turns in a row of miss lethal. That's pretty impressive. Pretty bad play by me, but it's the classic situation where I'm so far ahead that it doesn't matter, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't play well, so I don't know what I'm at. And Wayne actually extended the hand there because he thinks the game has been going on for so long that must be the second approach, but it actually is the first approach because he played Gideon's Intervention so long ago. And I put the dice down there, which is a bit disingenuous because I know I have the second approach in hand, so I probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So spoiler alert, I do win this game. But thank you all for watching. I enjoyed winning FNM. And he gains a boatload of life here, but it doesn't matter. I really should show him the approach here while he's tapped out. But I don't for some reason. I don't know why I slow rolled him like that. I even take the dice off and put... At least I didn't put them back properly. And we are at the end of the video. So thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you enjoyed.